Hey folks, welcome back to Maverick Gun Works. Today we're going to do a little overview, I guess you say, of a Parker Brothers double barrel shotgun. This thing was made in Meriden, Connecticut. Company started by Charles Parker. Okay, and the company was open from 1867 to 1942. But in the meantime there, Remington actually bought the company in 1934, ended up closing it in 1942. Alrighty, here we have an example of the Parker Brothers double barrel shotgun. This is a 12 gauge model. You can see we're going to do a little bit of fancy engraving. Look at all the little stitches around here. Looks like almost like stitches around the receiver. In this case coloring on the receiver. This gun's over 100 years old, so it's getting well worn because it has been used as a field gun. It's not in perfect condition, but for something that's 100 years old, it still is in good shape. You see even down the rib that solders the barrels together. We have a little bit of scroll work in here. Very cool design. So anyway, all right, to open this gun up, we're going to push our top lever latch over to the right, and the barrels will open up. The gun is incredibly tight still, even after 100 years old. You can see we have empty chambers. If you're going to clean this, as in any other shotgun would be, we would run a solvent swab through the barrel and also wipe with a solvent around the face of the chamber here. Let it sit for a few minutes to dissolve the gunpowder, and then follow that up with some clean patches, and finally replace it with some oil patches. So make sure we replace the lubricant that would be washed away from the solvents. One thing I want to note too, with this gun, the safety lever on here is manually pushed back every time the gun is cocked. We'll say automatic, I guess you should say, but when we close it, it snaps very solidly still, even at its age. We're going to push the manual safety forward. All right, we're going to release the two triggers, one for each barrel. Let's go ahead and open it up again. And you see, as we open it up, you watch the safety lever as I push the top latch over. That actually is what pushes the safety lever back. That's pretty cool. All right. Anyway, right now, let's say I'll go ahead and show you how to take the barrels off this thing if we want to take it apart a little bit further and clean it deeper. We'll have a little latch here under the forearm that releases the forearm latch, and we push our side lever over, break the barrels down, and they come off just like that, just that easy. Now you can get a little bit deeper into the internal parts of it. The cocking latch in here, and some of the locking lugs you can reach in here. Anything further than this, you would end up having to take the stock off the gun and completely disassemble all the internal components to get to it, which I actually have done it on this gun and cleaned it up. It had, obviously when I took it apart, it had not been cleaned in many, many years. It was very varnished up and gooey, so we've taken it up, stripped it out, cleaned all the parts on it, and put it back together with some synthetic lubricant, so it's good for a very long time again now. You know, one of the I want to say cool feature about this gun too is that this is considered by many sports writers of the day and many competitive shooters to be one of the finest double barrel shotguns ever made in the U.S. And so a very sought after shotgun as far as collectors goes. They hold a value very well, and for the most part, if the gun's been taken care of, every year it will increase in value still today. Most of these guns were made as double barrels, side by sides. The company made 242,000 of these guns, most being the side by sides. There are a handful of that were made as single barrel trap competition kind of guns. And then for the first 20 years during the production of these, they had exposed hammers on them. So you would have had an exposed hammer on both sides that you manually have to cock each hammer to to fire the gun. And along about 1888, this hammerless model was designed, and it made them the same way pretty much right up until the production stopped in 1942. Another thing we'll say a bit of a history about this gun is that because it is, and it still is and was at the time, one of the premium shotgun models of its day. It was favored by a lot of top competitive shooters. and a lot of celebrities. People like Annie Oakley and Clark Gable used this gun as was one of their favorite pieces. And they were produced from 8 gauge, 10 gauge, 12 gauge, right on up down to 410. So there's a lot of different gauges there, a lot of different variations as far as model goes. The fancier it is, natural more engraving and finer quality stocks, the higher the price is going to be. It's a shame we can't find this kind of a product these days without paying Lord knows how many thousands of dollars for a new gun similar to this. But anyway, hope that gives you a little bit of a better understanding and better appreciation maybe for some of the older firearms. If you're ever in the northern part of North Carolina, come by and see us at Maverick Gun Works. Thanks for watching.